Welcome to all. Today's class is very critical for finding moment of inertia when triangles are involved. Reason I told you, title I am not writing, same title as last time. Complete clarification for doubts or complete clarification for confusions when triangles are involved. Part 1 yesterday I told all these 5 examples. See, yesterday's class, today is class number 68 I think. Yes, 68. Yesterday was 67, last class. 67 was part 1. Today is 68, part 2. You can make a note here. Today, I won't write understood. Today's class is part 2. You make a note. Why should I write here? Part 2. Okay. And first you have to go to part 1, thoroughly understand, then only come to part 2. Otherwise you won't understand. Okay. 5 questions. See, I will tell you one thing. Divide into 2 parts. Reason I told yesterday. See now. You get, once again I will tell, one rectangle and one right angle triangle. Therefore 2 parts are easy one. Okay, leave it. Again divide into 2 parts. See. Rectangle, triangle, very easy, no confusion, 2 parts. Here, divide again 2 parts because when you divide into 2 parts, rectangle and see 300, 150. So this is isosceles triangle. If it is isosceles triangle, we got expression for moment of inertia about both centroidal axes. Therefore, no problem. Here also no problem. But here and here, 3 parts. See, because if you divide into 2 parts for these 2 questions, see, for this triangle, there is problem for moment of inertia about vertical centroidal axis. Horizontal, no problem. Therefore, I told these 3 parts this way and also, see, this way and this way. Rectangle and 2 right angle triangle, 3 parts. Question mark means reason I am telling you, write 3 parts. Okay, now maintain the question as it is. Don't disturb the question. I am not removing. Start. Question 32A. Neat sketch. Everywhere base 300. See, height. This height is divided into 2 parts. This height is 250. Then see, total they told 490. Be very careful. Total 490 means from 490 subtract 250, you get 240. This all I should not tell. Which is 1, which is 2, your choice. I will do one thing. Rectangle I will take 1. See? Rectangle I will take 1. Triangle I will take 2. 2. Anyway, okay, start. Now, mark centroid of rectangle. Here, G1. See, 300 by 2, 300 by 2. 250 by 2, 250 by 2. Centroid of this triangle, see, divide into 3 parts, the intersection here. Centroid G2. From here 2 by 3, from here 1 by 3. From here 1 by 3, here 2 by 3 of 300, 1 by 3 of 300, 1 by 3 of 240, from top edge 2 by 3 of 240. Told endless number of times. First of all, this much time is wasted. Okay, start. Now, make a note. There is no place to write. We want moment of inertia. See, what all I dictate, every question you have to write. We want moment of inertia about centroidal axis. That is IXX and IYY. So, you have to locate XX and YY. You should write. Therefore, somewhere here write. To locate centroid G, you need X bar and Y bar. Take reference axis here, O, origin O here, and then this way X, this way Y. So this way X bar, this way Y bar. I once again wrote the formula X bar. I should not write A1 X1 plus A2 X2 by total area. Okay, start. A1, 300 by 250 into its centroid from here, X1, 300 by 2. A2, half into 300 into 240 is the area into its centroid from here, x2 is 2 by 3 of 300 divided by a1 plus a2, you will get 166.216. For that matter, if you want, actually See, this is a trapezium. These are the two parallel sides. So this way centroid, you can apply formula. 250 plus twice of 290 divided by 250 plus 490 into 300 by 3, you will get same answer for those who are interested. Okay. But anyway, now we will not bother about those formula. We want rectangle and triangle. Trapezium we will not talk. So same now, y bar from here. A1, y1 is 250 by 2. You can see there. y2, 250 plus 1 by 3 of 240. Divided by a1 plus a2, y bar will come 191.486. Actually, for all the 5 questions, your y bar will remain same. Y you don't bother. Okay, now, so I about xx also will remain same. That's why this question, first question, I will calculate ixx. Okay, start now. Locate that right here. After all this, you write. Locate xx, yy. X bar, 166. See, this is 300. 150, little more. From here to here is 2/3 of 300. That is 200. Oh, I'll put G1 here. G1 here, okay. So 166.216 is after G1. I think G1 should come slightly this side, I think. Okay. Here, G1. Little this side. Okay. This is your G1. See, this is 150. 166. This is 200. So it will come after G1, but before G2. Red color, I will mark it. See. But quite closer to G1. I think little shifted. Okay, okay. YY axis is here. The 300 is giving trouble to me. I will shift the 300 slightly down. Okay, 300. I will shift here because I want space. This is 300. Okay. Don't worry. This number I will check later. Next. 300 is over. Okay, now mark here. From here, you got x bar. This is your x bar equal to 166.216. So this is YY axis. So 300 I can write bigger, no problem. Space is there. 300. Okay. From that side, if you want to calculate, it is from total 300, subtract 166.216, 133.7878. What is the number? 784. Okay. This is clear. Location of YY. Then Y bar, 191.486. From here to here is 250 by 2, 125, more. But up to here is 250, so little below, 191, see, here. This is your x-axis, x-axis. From here, this distance is space problem, okay, I'll adjust it. This distance is how much? It will not change, it will remain same throughout now. 191.486. 486. So from the topmost edge, see, topmost edge, little further. Okay. From the topmost edge to here, if you want this distance, it is, where I noted down, from 490, subtract 191 point something, 298 point, space problem is there, I write here, 291, 98, 298, 298.514, 514, correct? Correct, okay, over. Now, this is centroid G. Okay, now, once this is over, start. This you should write calculation of Ixx, Iyy by parallax theorem, I about any axis equal to Ig plus A square. How many times I have to tell it? Right, start. I about xx axis. Now I will not waste time too much because parallax theorem is so thoroughly explained for you. So only once I will explain briefly. Next time you should refer the first question. That is 32a. Come to centroid. axis passing to centroid and parallel to x-axis. See, this axis. 300 into 250 cube by 12 plus area. 300 into 250 is the area into from centroid G1 to the x-axis axis, this distance square, perpendicular distance square, G1 to x-axis, perpendicular square is 191.486. For all the 5 questions, this will remain same. 191.486 minus 250 by 2. 250 by 2, that whole square will give I about x-axis for rectangle. Come to next one. I about its own centroidal axis here. See, this axis. Parallel side is 300. Now I won't waste time. Remember, in our class, triangle, first time you are doing right angle triangle, I told repeatedly earlier, if you want I about this axis, see, the parallel side is base 300, perpendicular is 240. 300 into 240 cube by 36, not 12. Rectangle is 12. Triangle, when the axis is parallel to base, it is 36. Plus area, half into 300 into 240 into from centroid G2 to x-axis, this distance square. See, this distance square. That distance square is here 298.514. 298.514 is this distance. From that one, subtract this distance. See, this is 1/3 of 240. This is 2/3 of 240, told hundreds of times, minus 2/3 of 240, that number to be squared. You will get I about x-axis. Write the answer somewhere here. Okay. Equal to, I already calculated once, I will calculate once again, because there's a reason for it. 300 into 250 cube divided by 12 plus 300 into 250 into 191.486 minus 125 square plus 300 into 240 cube divided by 36 plus 300 into half is 120 into bracket 298.514 minus 2/3 of 240 close square equal to divided by 10 to the power 6. 1528 point, it is 1528.05473. This much accuracy not required, 10 to the power 6. This answer I want to make a note for some reason. Don't worry about why I am writing it. 1528.05473. I want this number. 10 to the power 6. Then come to IYY now. See, I about YY part. First come to centroid here. This centroid. Axis passing through centroid and parallel to YY is, see, this axis. 250 into 300 cube by 12. Oh, I not written. I thought I already over. 250 into 300 cube divided by 12 is IG plus area. 250 into 300 is the area into from centroid G1 to YY, see, this distance square, perpendicular square or vertical axis means horizontal distance. From here to here is 166.216 minus from here to here is, this is 166.216. From here to here is half of 300 minus 300 by 2 whole square. That will give I about YY for rectangle. Throughout same it will plus. Okay, one bracket here. Plus space I have to check now. 1 minute, I will check the space later. Start about here. I about YY, first about its own centroidal axis. See here. 2 for now, when you want about YY, right angle triangle, parallel side is 240. 240 into 300 cube by 36. 240, I will check the camera, 240 into 300 cube by 36. That's why I am explaining here. Plus, if what I wrote, if it is not clear, see I am telling. Plus area, half into 240 into 300 is the area into red color. From centroid to YY, this distance square is, see, this is 133.784. Understand everything now. Minus from here to here is, see, we want this distance square. 133.784 minus this distance is 1 by 3 of 300. Minus 1 by 3 of 300 close square over. This is IYY. I want the answer now. I write here answer equal to 1 minute. There's a reason for it, answer. Otherwise, why should I write the answer? 250 into 300 cube divided by 12 plus 250 into 300 into bracket 156.216 minus 150 close square plus 240 into 300 cube divided by 36 plus half into 240 into 300 into bracket 133.784, correct, 74 minus 100 close square divided by 10 to the power 6, 803, but I got some other answer there. I am getting 803, I will check once again. No, I want to check once again. There is a reason for it. See, I am getting 803.3108 sufficient. 08 10 to the power 6 millimeter power 4. For some reason I want to check because when I calculated I got 631 there. Okay, once again 250 into 300 cube divided by 12 plus 250 into 300 into 166.216, some calculator problem, minus 150 close square over plus 240 into 300 cube divided by 36 plus half into 240 into 300 into bracket 133.784 minus 100 close square equal to divided by 10 to the power 6. 803, correct, 803 point. I want that number. Don't worry, why I want that number? You never bother. 803.3108. Actually, 803.3108108, that's all not required. 10 to the power 6. This is your question number, row question 32A. Now I will make ready for 32B and I will make ready everything. See, this time moment of inertia I wrote in front of you. Now onwards, unless it is important, I will write it earlier only. Okay, now I will go for next question. There's a dot bottom what I wrote is not visible properly. So before I pause the recording, I slightly lifted the camera so that now you can see that number, 803 point something. Okay. Now we will start 32B. See, now 32B. See here, divide like this. Here it will come instead of last time the triangle came this way here, but dimension I will put here only. See, 250, this one. Total 490, space I want this side. Total 490, 240 remains same. triangle, part 1, part 2, G1 here. See, last time it was this side, now it is this side. See, this is same. This G1 is same as last time. G2 is what? Okay, I think this side should be. It has gone little more that side. Okay, okay. Little this side. Okay. Okay, now okay. Reasonable, little down. Actually, hardly matters these things, but I take care of those things all. Okay, G2. This is a G1. G1, G2. Once again, OX, OY, same X bar, Y bar. You have to calculate. See. Don't see these numbers. Don't see. Only see this much. This is 1/3. This is 2/3. This will remain same. X bar. 300 into 250 into 300 by 2 plus half into base into height into. See, last time it was 2/3. Now it is, this distance is 1/3 of 300. Divided by same, X bar came 133.784. So, last time it shifted that side. See, from centroid G1, it shifted it to that side. Correct. Now it is shifting this side. But see here, from here, still I am not happy about G1. Okay. Now okay, I am happy about G1 now. G1, see. From here to G1 is how much? 300 by 2, 150. Last time it went beyond G1, but it is before G1. But from here to G2 is what? Only 1/3, 100. So after G2, before G1, your axis will come. See, 133 means somewhere very close, somewhere here. See, this is your YY axis. From here to here is how much? 133.784. Then YY. From that side, it will be 290. What is last time answer? 166. It is 160 from 300 subtract 166.216. Last time what you got X bar from this side, that will come this side. You don't bother. You solve the question. You would never worry too much about this, why it came, why that distance came here all. It will come. Okay, now Y bar. See, A1, Y1, A2, Y2. Same as last time because this is, see, Y1 is 250 by 2. Y2 is 250 plus 1/3 of 240. So, Y bar will remain same. So, first start Y bar. How much you got Y bar? 191.486. So, this is your X-axis. X-axis, distance how much? 191.486. From total, subtract. X bar I told 133.784, 166. Okay, now moment of inertia. Start once again. First I about its own centroidal axis. 300 into 250 cube by 12 plus 300 into 250 is the area into from centroid G1 to XX, this distance square. Oh, it is same as last time. You write it. 191.486 minus half of 250 whole square. See, I about its own axis plus area into this distance square is 191.486 minus half of 250. For G2, first I about its own centroidal axis. See here. 300 into 240 cube by 36 plus half into 300 into 240 into from centroid G2 to XX, this distance square, that is 298.514 minus 2 by 3 of 240 whole square. 298.514 minus 2 by 3 of 240 whole square. Calculate. It will come same as last time. Okay, you calculate. But I about YY. Start. First about, see, its own centroidal axis here. Here. 250 into 300 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square, that is 166.216. See from there, 166.216 minus how much? 250 by 2 sorry, minus 300 by 2 whole square. See, from here to here is what? From here to here is 300 by 2. Here 166.216 minus that one. Or you can do one thing. If you want from this side, it is 300 by 2 minus 133.784 also will do. Start here. I about its own axis. 240 into 300 cube by 36 plus area into this distance square is 133.784 minus this, see this distance minus this distance square minus 1 by 3 of 300 whole square. Calculate, it will come same as last time. Why same as last time? You don't bother, it will come. Okay. This is question number 32B. Now I will change over to 32C. Remember, little important because here we got isosceles triangle is coming, so you should be careful. I will put the neat question. Start question 32C. See here. 300, 250, part 1. Again I told you, see, triangle. It is not a right angle triangle. See, earlier all, earlier upper side, you got right angle triangle. But this time, write a note here. If I divide into 2, you should write all these things if you want to learn everything. If I divide into 2 parts, lower side you get a rectangle of how much? 300 by 250. Upper side, you will get a triangle which is, see, 150, 150 means it is isosceles triangle. So if it is isosceles triangle, don't waste time dividing into 2 right angle triangle because, see, make a note for an isosceles triangle. See here, this is for your note. If it is an isosceles triangle, see, if the base is B, both are B by 2, centroid is here, axis passing to centroid and parallel to base is usual B into h cube by 36. But axis passing to centroid and perpendicular to the base, that is exactly that axis divides either side into 2 right angle triangles and it's a common base. The parallel side is h into b cube. See, when you want I about to this y, parallel is h into b cube by 48. I told you, make a note if you want somewhere outside. Now question is very simple. So I told once again, divide into only 2 parts. Okay, start. Now, right, you want ixx, iyy. You write one more sketch there. See, you write one more sketch. This triangle, see, it is an isosceles triangle here. Therefore, right here, this is perfectly symmetrical about yy. Therefore, if this total is 300, each will be 150, 150. So, there is no need of x bar calculation, right? You require, or you write this statement, we need only y bar. See, y bar you require. You make all this note. Okay, then write. So, for this question, remember, this is not there. See, this is not there. Don't write this one. Don't see here. This I maintained for next question. You don't see here. Directly start from here. Y bar equal to A1 into Y1, half of 250. See, A2, half into 300 into 240 area, full area into. This centroid is 1 by 3. So, 250 plus 1/3 of 240 divided by A1 plus A2, Y bar will come 191.486. Okay, start. So, Y bar will, see, x axis will come here. I have not changed it. 191.486. Therefore, from top, I slightly shifted that one because of space problem there. I wanted some space, so the scale I changed there. So, from here to here will be 298. This is 298.514. Okay, start. Now, xx over directly mark YY. Pass into centroid of both the parts. See, YY. You need not write because you can see here 150, 150. If you want to write once again, you can, no problem, write 150, 150. Somebody will be laughing. Already written earlier. Why you are writing? Because red color I want. Okay, YY. Start. I about XX axis. First axis passing to centroid parallel to X axis. See, this axis. 300 into 250 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square. Oh, same answer. 191.486 minus 250 by 2 whole square. Here, I about its own axis. See, remember this is parallel to base. Therefore, BH cube by 36 because this centroidal axis is parallel to base here. So, how much? 300 into 240 cube by 36 plus area into from centroid to XX, this distance square is 298.514 minus this distance, that is 2 by 3 of 240 whole square. IXX will come same. But IYY, be careful. I will tell before once again. Centroid G1, centroid G2, both are both are G1 and G2, both are outside XX. So, when you do IXX, H square will come. But when you do I about YY, G1 and G2, both centroids lie in the YY. So, perpendicular distance from G1 to YY, from G2 to YY is 0. Or, see, when you write I about its own centroidal axis, you can see it coincides with YY. Here also, when you write I about its own centroidal axis, it coincides with YY. So that will tell you what? This 0 square. This I told you earlier. Okay, start. First here, I about its own centroidal axis. 250 into 300 cube by 12 plus 250 into 300 area into from centroid G1 to YY distance 0 square. Now, I about its own centroidal axis. This is not base. See, this is actually the height. Height means, see, this is the side of start side. This is the height. If you consider here, either side to right angle triangle will come, or this is not the base for the complete triangle. Therefore, I about YY for an isosceles triangle is when you want moment of inertia about the centroidal axis parallel to base. I told 100 times BH cube by 36. But when you want about the axis passing to centroid and along the parallel to height perpendicular to base, it is height into base cube h into b cube by 48. I repeatedly told 48 plus area into 0 square. I wrote the answer there. You will get the answer. Okay, now question 32A over, 32B over, 32C over. Now is the most important 32D and 32D. See, 32D and 32E are most important because here I told you, you cannot divide into two parts. Why? Because when you divide into two parts, rectangle and random triangle, triangle in general, for that there is no standard formula for I about axis perpendicular to the base, centroid of the axis, no formula. So you have to divide into three parts. Neat sketch I will write and start. Now these two diagrams both I will remove. I want some space here. Or I may maintain, depends. Okay, I may maintain. I will see how much space is there. Now, the most important 32D, remember red color. Make a note, see here, rectangle, triangle. So far, this triangle was first 32A, it was right angle triangle. So happy, no problem. 1 and 2. 32B, it was once again right angle triangle. So happy. 32C, previous question, it was isosceles triangle. So again no problem. But 32D, that triangle is triangle in general. See, this is 210, this is 90. Here, there is problem for I about YY axis, because you see, for this one, its centroid will be something, for the entire triangle, centroid may be somewhere here. There is no formula for moment of inertia. Therefore, helplessly, what you do is divide this triangle into two parts. So I told you 32 ABC rectangle triangle, but 32 D and E rectangle and two right angle triangles. I already told, so make a note. So see, 210 here, 90 here, very important, 240. This all already known for you. Total 190. Start correctly. X bar from O. I should not explain now. See, G1, G2, G3. Once again I will tell you, see, 2/3, 1/3 of 210. 1/3 and 2/3 of 90. Both are 1/3 of 240, 2/3 of 240. This is, I don't have to tell, midpoint. Start. Area I won't explain. A1, A2, A3. A1 is how much? 300 into 250. A2 is half into 210 into 240. A3 is half into 90 into 240. I won't waste time on areas. So start. X bar. X1. 300 by 2. See, you have to write other things. Moment of inertia required about centroidal axis IXX, IYY. So first you have to locate XX and YY. For that, take reference point O here, OX this way, OY this way. These all statement. Then write formula X bar equal to A1X1 plus A2X2 plus A3X3 divided by total area. That is A1 plus A2 plus A3. Y bar equal to A1Y1 plus A2Y2 plus A3Y3 by total area. Those things all you write. I should not write all those things. Start. I already told X1, 300 by 2. X2 from here, see, 2/3 of 210. X2, A2, X2. X3, A3, X3. See, side is here. 210 plus 1/3 of 90. Divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3 will give you X bar. Y bar. Y1 from here, 250 by 2. Y2 and Y3, both of them are 250 plus 1/3 of 240. See, both are same. Y vertically same. Divide by total area, you get Y bar. Now, correctly locate now. X bar we got 156.486. See here. This is center. From here to here is 150. This side I think. See, 1 minute. This is 210. 2/3 of 210 is 140. 140 is here. And this is 150. So slightly this side. This is 140 here. See, 140. Slightly this side. Okay. Not a problem, but still. Okay, now okay. Okay. This is your G2 because this problem is here is space problem. Okay, now start. X bar, how much you got? 156.486. From here to here is 150. So slightly after this one. See, slightly beyond. Red color. See. Okay, reasonably I made YY. Distance from here is 156.486. Then from that side calculate YY. From that side it will be 300 minus 156.486 is, I noted down there, 143.514 to save the time. 143.514. Okay, then y bar, you got 191.486. See, this is 150. So this is 125. So 251, how much? 191 means little higher side. See. X-axis. From here to here, I have to check the camera now. I hope that it is not beyond camera. How much? 191.486. I think it's okay. Getting doubt. See. Oh, I'll shift the O here. Go that side. O, please go that side. Okay. .486. 486. If requirement is there, I will shift the camera slightly. 486. And from the topmost edge, if you want this distance, if you want, it is 298.514. 298.514 is from top edge. Okay. Just 1 minute, I will check the camera. Then I will shift the camera if requirement is there. If it is not visible. Oh yes, slightly I have to shift it. Very minutely I will shift. Should not give trouble to other side also. I should be careful because right side also space problem is there. Okay. Okay, now reasonably okay. You can see everything now. See, these things all there. Shaking the camera means focus will go. Okay, now okay. Here also okay. Yes, everywhere okay. Little more this side. 1 minute. See, I should have paused the recording. Someone will tell wasting time. Not wasting time. I am taking precautions so that nothing is. I will tell you why I am doing all this, because here space problem I wrote a little smaller. Therefore, you better see in the laptop. Okay, now okay. Okay now. So these things all bear with me. These all discussions. Otherwise I have to pause the recording. Okay, leave it now. It's okay. Now clear. Now start. Moment of inertia. I about XX first. I about XX. Very simple. See, once again, first axis pass into centroid parallel to x-axis, this axis. 300 into 250 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square is 191.486. From that, subtract half of 250 whole square. This is explained 100 times now. Okay, now come to two triangles. See, I about its own axis, centroidal axis, parallel to this side is parallel side 210 into 240 cube by 36 triangle plus area into this distance square. Area is half into 210 into 240 into this distance square is, see, from here to here is 298.514. We want this distance minus this distance is 2/3 of 240 whole square plus here I about its own centroidal axis 90 into 240 cube by 36 plus area into this distance square. Oh, same as that one. Why? This is 1/3, this also 1/3. So once again 298.514 minus 2/3 of 240 whole square. IXX, you can make out all the 5 questions. IXX is same. Answer over. Now the most important IYY. See, this actually the purpose of this class itself is this one. Be careful. Most important. XX is not a problem here. YY problem. Okay, start. First come here. Axis, see, first rectangle. Rectangle same as earlier. No explanation required. First I about its own centroidal axis. How much it is? 300 into, sorry, yes, about this axis parallel side, 250 into 300 cube by 12 plus area 250, 300 into 250, whatever way you can write, into, see, this distance square from centroid to, this is G1 actually, sorry, this is G1, from centroid to this distance square, that is 156.486 minus half of 300, this distance, 156.486, red color, I won't write in front of you only, 156.486 minus 300 by 2 whole square. Why? See here, from centroid to YY, this distance square is 156.486 minus half of 300. Okay, come here. First, I about its own centroidal axis. Parallel side is 240. 240 into 210 cube by 36. Plus area, half into 210 into 240 into, see, from centroid to YY, this distance square, that is 156.486. You understand everything. See how easy subject, minus, see, we want this distance square. See here, 156.486 minus, from here to here is 2/3 of 210 minus, space required, 2/3 of 210, that is to be squared. Okay, that also over. Lastly, for this one, I about its own axis. See here, its own centroidal axis. 240 into 90 cube by 36 plus area into, from centroid to here, this distance square, that is 143.514, that is from here up to here, 143.514 minus this distance is 2/3 of 90 minus 2/3 of 90. This question very, very important. Whole square, triangle will be fully clear now. Calculate, it will come 714.4297 10 to the power 6. Actually, full number is 714.429797298. I will tell you why I wrote the full number. You write this much only sufficient. Why I wrote it, I will tell you it later. Okay, now, once again I will tell you, when you find IYY for rectangle, I need not explain. For triangle, see here, when you want I about YY, two separate triangles, I about its own axis here is 240 into 210 cube by 36 plus area into this distance square is 156.486 minus 2/3 of 210. Then I about its own axis, parallel side, 240 into 90 cube by 36 plus area into this distance square is 143.514 minus 2/3 of 90 whole square. You get the answer. Okay, now I will do something. 1 minute. Some information I will give you now. 1 minute. I will just pause the camera for some time. Now, last question, and one more thing I forgot. Because of space problem, little small I wrote. So see in the laptop, and this 5 questions what I solved, 32 A, B, C, D, E. If you correctly understand, you will have no difficulty in future for triangles and also parallel axis theorem. That means no difficulty for anything for that matter. Okay, start. Now, here, this is 90, this is 210. Interchange. Okay. Now see, 1, 2, 3. 300 by 2, 300 by 2. Don't see his numbers. Don't see his numbers now. 300 by 2, 300 by 2. 250 by 250. See here. This is 1/3 of 90, 2/3 of 90. Here. 1/3 of 210, 2/3 of 210. from here 1/3 of 240, 1/3 of 240, 2/3 of 240, 2/3 of 240. So x bar, a1 into x1, 300 by 2. I changed everything. See, complete I changed. All numbers I changed now. 300 by 2. a2 into x2, 2/3 of 90. Where is it? 2/3 of 90. See there. And a3 into 90 plus 1/3 of 210. Divide by a1 plus a2 plus a3 x bar. What x bar you got last time from that side will come from this side. I never bothered to calculate, but it will come. See, from left side, from right side what you got last time, it will come from left side. Okay, you solve the question. Okay, then y bar, y1, 250 by 2. y2 and y3 both are 250 plus 1/3 of 240. 250 plus 1/3 of 240, 250 plus 1/3 of 240. Your y bar will come same as last time. So, see, x bar we got how much? 143.514. See here now. 143.514 means, see, from here to here is 90. From here to here is how much? See, from here to centroid is 150. We got 143. So, little, see, this side. Somewhere here, see. This is your y axis. See, I will mark G1 here. See, G1 is here, G2 is here. Now I will mark distance here. This is 143.514. Then from other side, it will be 156.486. 156.486. I noted down there, last calculation. 156.486. Okay, start. Now, I about xx, I need not explain because, see here, I about xx. No, xx, I mark it. This is y axis. Xx axis, how? It is here. Distance is, see, already marked, 191.486. From top you know it, see. Now, I won't waste my time explaining Ixx because, see here, I about its own axis. 300 into 250 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square is 191.486 minus 250 by 2 whole square, same as last time. Then, I about its own axis. 90 into 240 cube by 36 plus area into this distance square, 298.514 minus 2/3 of 240. Here, I about its own axis. 210 into 240 cube by 12. Where is it? Sorry, not 12, 36. Oh, see, what happened is, in structural engineering, maximum rectangle only comes, I section, etc. So, when you tell BD cube, suddenly 12 comes. That means I am not thinking it's a rectangle. It will never happen. But sometime it happened. By mistake, I write 12. Later, someone will tell, sir, it is 36. You change it. Okay, sir, sorry. Okay. You tell, it is a print mistake, it is called. Okay. BHQ 36 plus area into this distance square, same as last time. Ixx is over. Now, lastly, Iyy, once again I will explain. See, first I about its own centroidal axis, parallel to Iy. 250 into 300 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square is 156.486 minus 300 by 2 whole square, Ig plus A square. Now come here. I about its own centroidal axis, parallel to Iy. Side is 240 into 90 cube by 36 plus area half into 90 into 240 into, see, from centroid G2 to Yy, see, this distance square is how much? 143.514 is from here up to here. 143.514, we want this distance minus this distance. That distance is 2/3 of 90 minus 2/3 of 90 whole square. Lastly, here, I about its own centroidal axis, parallel to YY. 240 into 210 cube, 240 into, I change it, still forgot here, see, 240 into, I forgot to change it, 210 cube by 36 plus area into, see, this distance square. That distance is 156.486 minus 2/3 of 210. 2/3 of 210 whole square. Answer will come same as last time. If you want, sometime in the class, sir, tell the trick, sir. Okay, I will dictate here. No, for you I won't dictate. That is, instead of dividing 3 parts, can you do 2 parts? Yes, I will tell. I can do 2 parts, but I will tell the students. What about you? No, sir, we will not do it. They will tell, sir, see, it is a simple 2 right angle triangle. Unnecessary complication. But I told it little earlier just to show you that if you know the basic concept, there is no limit. Okay, now I think everything is okay. Sometime what happens is, when I maintain same question and change the question by changing number solve, some places, maybe some forgotten something. I think nothing is there. Question number also changed, dimension also changed. When I will observe in future also, if any corrections are there, I will write a comment and also description. I will enter it here. I do not want a student to point out the mistake. See, I do not want student. Suppose by mistake I wrote 12 here. I will write in the comment. See, by mistake I wrote divide by 12. In the time I will write 56 minutes 34 seconds. At that time, by mistake I wrote 12. But actually, suppose area of a semicircle, pi d square by 8. Suppose some circle is the most popular. By chance, if I write pi d square by 4, it is called oversight. It is, see, so many concepts I explain. There is no confusion. Sometimes it happens, see, BD cube means naturally 12 comes. That's why. Correct here? 12, 36, 36. 12, okay. In that case, I will mention it. Okay, now, correctly work out the 5 questions. Next, we are going for continuation now. Moment of inertia, where we consider rectangle, triangle, semicircle, circle, semicircle, quadrants, sometime remote area. So many questions are there. I'll keep on solving one by one. Okay. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.